Hiya Tom, super session yesterday morning. Just to recap on the work that we did, we're trying to still improve your ability to stay centered. You were talking about feeling that you were still drifting off it slightly, and the piece of swing that we were looking at was the positioning or the action of the left knee during the takeaway. We can see here with Grant Waite from face on that as he takes the club back, so we're just focusing really on the first 2 or 3 feet of the swing, the left knee sort of moves out towards the screen as we're looking here. So when looking at it from down the line, the first move in the takeaway is that the left knee works more out towards the target line. So left knee forward, if you will. What we were getting at the start of the session was the left knee kinking in much more towards the golf ball early on, which was moving you off the ball. Even though you were trying to stay centered, you weren't able to do it as good as you would like to. So if we take a little look at you now from face on with a 3-iron, and we just put the line in place. This is you towards the middle of your session. This is focusing on keeping that left knee working a little bit more towards the target line in the early part of your swing. You can see there now, that upper centre, nice and stable, no bump off it to the right. From this point on now, the player's knee will start to work in slightly to accommodate the turning of the shoulders, and it depends on the player's flexibility as to how much that knee will work in. But having said that, the initial move away, we want to feel that the left knee works towards the ball or towards the target line. This in turn allows this right hip to both lift and get a little bit deeper. We can see here now, we put a little circle on that hip. So the right hip, as the club goes back and the left knee works towards the target line, the right hip starts to get higher and deeper during the backswing. We look at that with yourself from down the line. Excuse me. Left knee working out towards the ball more, out towards the target line, and in turn we're getting a slightly higher right hip than what we got previously. So much more centered at the top of your backswing. Big improvement on what it was a few months ago. If we look at you from down the target line, much more compact top of the backswing position, arms and shoulders complementing one another much better. That movement of the left knee is also making it much easier for you to get the arms working back a little bit more on the inside. So overall, a much improved golf swing to what we had a few months ago. The push to the right now comes a little bit because of the downswing. We're going to talk about something in a second, but again, as we come through, the left leg straightening up a lot more. Maybe a touch delayed on that one, but far better posting up of the left side through the ball, a much better extension with a little bit better rate of closure as we come through. Now, one of the things I'd like to identify here is from down the line. Having played with you yesterday and then looked at your swing afterwards, relating to the push shot that we get, I'd still like to see you do some work and a little bit more work on the drill where you straighten the right leg at setup. And the reason for that is if we look at this swing in particular, the right knee comes out towards the target line on the way down. So we can see the right knee shooting out. As you do that, the hips come forward, the back straightens, and the shaft of the club gets stuck underneath your forearm at that point. If we look at the line of the shoulders at that point, quite shut off. And if we're not careful from there, because we're stuck underneath it, we're going to start that ball off too far to the right. The only way we can rescue it then is by increasing the amount of closure that we get on the club face as we're coming through. So we just take you back to that position. Right knees come out towards the target line a little bit too much, and as a result, hips have come forward, shoulders have dropped back, shafts got stuck beneath you. If we look at what happens here with Grant Waite as he starts down, the right knee doesn't shoot out at the target line quite as much. You can see that right knee never really gets out in front of his left knee, and as a result, the shoulder is a little bit more in line. Cheated a little bit there, just put that back. And the shaft of the club is just a little bit steeper mull through the right forearm as you would like to see. As a result, as he comes into the golf ball, the right leg is straighter, still not shot out in front of the left knee, whereas with yourself we see quite a bent right knee. That can also lead to the odd shot being a little bit heavy as you come through. So there's a little bit of food for thought there in regards to where the push may be coming from. I know we'd spoke yesterday about your alignment, but after the round yesterday evening I thought I'd take another look at it, and certainly a little bit more work on the straight right leg drill would help, because as you can see there with Grant White, as he's coming into the hitting area, that right leg is in a much straighter position than your right leg at this moment in time. And as we said in the previous sessions, the drill is just designed to condition you to feel the movement you need. So feel in that position, if we look at him from face on here, of a straighter right leg. Let's get rid of those lines. As opposed to a sort of kinked in right leg that can lead to some problems in regards to the positioning of that golf club in your downswing. If you want to discuss that further, feel free to give us a call or pop into the shop. The swing's coming on a treat. There's no misses left anymore, which is great. What we've got to do now is just soften up that push to the right so there's a little bit less substantial, and also makes it easier for you to get that ball drawing back to your target. Good luck with it, and I'll see you again in a week or so's time.